So we come to the sixth move of this 35 sequence. Okay, this 35 sequence has the elements or the moves from the 8 brocades and 18 form Qigong sequence, and also right at the end a 9 Himalayan Qigong form right at the end. So basically we've got 35 moves together, 3 forms together basically. Again, so that's 35 moves, but this is the 6th move of the 8 brocade motions. I say the motions, it's not the specific form. We're just taking the motions because they are just movement and just putting them in a different way than the traditional breathing, which is breathing to the belly like a balloon, the traditional Qigong or Qigong. And we're going for the Pilates breathing and slightly down the yogic path and the hypnotherapy path with the breath. I always have trouble saying that. So this one's called 2 hands climb the back to strengthen the kidneys. Now again, where the hands run, it's just basically like a flexion and extension of the spine, but where the hands run, specifically within the traditional 8 brocades Qigong sequence, they run down the meridians, the urinary bladder tract and the kidney meridians. Again, we're not going too much into that. Within the traditional forms, you will go into that, I'm not. But again, they'll be linked to elements and emotions, etc. within the traditional forms, like that, like the kidneys and the urinary tract, what we're talking about will be linked to water, etc. But again, you can go down that path. I've done that more traditionally in the other videos. I'm not going to do that. I'll literally go into the motions, a nice simple motion. It's like Uttanasana out of yoga, flexion, extension, with the hands coming up and down. So it's a nice simple motion, but we're going to add the movement in a vinyasa, breath synchronized motion way. Vinyasa. Again, breath synchronized movement in Sanskrit. So let's get the breathing. I'm going to go more specifically on the breathing. The movement you can pick up easy and you can play with to make it unique to you. So let's go straight in. Zip up pelvic floor, scoop out your abdominals, navel toward the spine. Them two go together, basically. You can't do one without the other, but I'm going for it segmentally. And as you do that right now, you'll feel that breath going in low and deep into these lower lobes of lungs, the intercostals, the ribs, anywhere but the stomach, because there's nowhere else for the breath to go but apart from into these lower lobes of lungs. Because as we zip up pelvic floor and scoop out the abdominals, that helps us breathe into these lower lobes of lungs, these fish gills, 3D style, organ deep, cell deep, even bone marrow deep. You're breathing for the nose and you exhale through pursed lips. And you're sort of blowing out a candle through pursed lips. Okay, and just keep following that journey all the way in and all the way out. In through the nose and out through pursed lips as you're still zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals. That's what we call lateral thoracic breathing in Pilates. Helps us use the pelvic floor and our corset muscle, what's known as the transverse abdominis, 3 layers deep, which is all segmentally stabilising our spine. Okay, by helping us breathe anywhere but the belly button, helping us breathe right now into them lower lobes of lungs, as though someone's opening an umbrella inside your rib cage and letting go, or someone's just pushing out from inside your ribs and letting go. That lovely, free, expansive breath. Now again, that's in short the Pilates breath. If you want to go a little bit deeper, we're going to just close the mouth now and make that slightly more yogic with the breath. Now again, that's more cleansing breath. As we close the mouth, that would be breathing in and out through the nose. Because of that smaller filter through the nose, that helps us lengthen the whole will cycle of the breath. Okay, so as that lengthens the whole will cycle of the breath, just allow that to happen. Then consciously take your mind to that out breath. Okay, so again, the length in the breath is more down the yogic path. That smaller filter through the nose does that within the asanas, etc. You're looking to lengthen the breath without even trying. That helps you get into the postures even easier. Again, helps the myotic reflex in the muscles relax and just melt you into postures, etc. But as with this right now, we're going to go straight to that out breath. Okay, and take your mind to that out breath. You'll naturally, as you do that right now, you're still zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out abdominals, breathing out through the nose now, going down that more yogic path. But take your mind to that out breath and you'll naturally notice how that naturally wants to lengthen without you even trying or try not to try. So just simply allow that to happen. But then consciously take your mind to that out breath. Rather than the breath breathe you, you're going to breathe the breath, that out breath. You're going to consciously take your mind to that out breath and naturally elongate that out breath consciously. Okay? Be within the breath, that out breath. Okay? Quadruple it, double it, triple it. Whatever you like the out breath, just make it longer than the in breath. That'll encourage all the things you don't think about: sleep, digestion, rest, and relaxation. All be benefited by elongating the out breath longer than the in breath, encouraging them restful relaxation responses and endless streams of comfort by naturally, consciously elongating the out breath longer than the in breath. Now, as you do that, that'll help stimulate what we call the parasympathetic nervous system. All the things we don't think about: sleep, digestion, rest, and relaxation, all being benefited. The housekeeping properties of the body, all being benefited. All the things we don't think about: cellular communication, organ function, etc. Even that natural state of well-being and renewal in the body, all being benefited by length of that out breath longer than the in breath. As you can feel right now, as you zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals, you're just going to naturally elongate that out breath longer than the in breath. Not force anything. Everyone's count will be different. That's more in a sort of hypnotic way or the hypnotherapy way. We just naturally lengthen the out breath longer than the in breath. They're a little bit more specific, they count, okay, but we're just naturally right now elongating the out breath. Just simply allowing that simplicity just to relax the mind right now as you ride on the wave of that lovely elongated out breath. You can just stick with that breathing. Okay, now again, if you want to go and make that slightly more advanced breath, not necessary, or more advanced yogic breath, what we call ujjayi breath, you can do that. Okay, now again, by doing that, I'm going to demonstrate you just narrow the esophagus, grip at the esophagus, and that will give you a sort of what we more call ujjayi breath, victorious breath, seashore breathing. It'll make a sign whistling, silky, raspy sound from the back of the throat. So again, if you're breathing through the nose, and you grip at that esophagus, you narrow that esophagus, and you exhale. It's like a sign, raspy sound. It's like going, but with the mouth shut. It's like Darth Vader breath nearly. So again, you're breathing in as you narrow the esophagus. Shoulders keep down, and exhale. Okay, that'll give you something even furthermore to hear. Whether you're doing ujjayi breath or not, be aware of the sound of the breath, to feel the breath as it weaves that tapestry of relaxation in every single organ, cell, sinew of the body at will. Every sinew of the body at will, that breath will manifest on a cellular level. Now again, if you've got the ujjayi breath, great. That'll help you stimulate the thyroid gland, which helps with weight control, etc. Helps us build the heat from the body, helps us fan the fire to burn all the toxins in the body. Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. Lovely. If you can't get that, don't worry. Just stick to the breath we've been doing before that. Okay, lovely. So that's sort of near Ashtanga yoga breath, nearly. That Ujjayi breath, done in all sorts of yoga, all the different breaths. So again, I digress there. So we're going to simply link this to the motion. Okay, it's like a Uttanasana from yoga. Similar motion, flexion, extension of the spine. Basically coming down and up. Now again, feet slightly parted will make it easier. Feet together will make it hard on the lumbar region of the spine. If you're really cropped up, with backs, you might want to be soft on the knees. Don't let the knees go past the toes, but you might want to soften the knees or be straight, but never locked, just shy of locking out. So see what suits you, okay? You've got no problems, then go straight feet together, straight away down in a more hatha oriented way. If you want to make it sort of a bit more like Iyengar yoga, then you can just come down, soften the knees as much as you like to take a little bit off the lumbar region of the spine. Even if you want to spread the feet slightly also, you can do that. So again, make this unique to you. Now again, I'll digress there, so I'm going to go back and demonstrate. Remember to lengthen the out breath. On the motion, you lengthen the out breath. Okay, really take your time on that. So again, I'm going to demonstrate here. So you take the hands to here. Again, I'll start feet together. Spread the fingers here. Again, that's the kidneys. You're going to breathe in to prepare through the nose. And exhale down. The outsides of the legs, which is where the urinary bladder meridian is meant to go. Really make that long. Again, if you want to soften these knees, you can do. Or have them slightly parted, you can do. Adjust if need. Okay, otherwise stick with this. They can be straight but not locked. And you're going to breathe in, come up the inside of the body, up what we call the governing and conception vessels of the body. And then you're going to exhale down. This is bit, it's going to be really slow. As you're descending down, allow the shoulders to drop. Really slow on that motion, because this is the exhale. That's what we want to elongate. And bring in them hypnotherapy responses there. So again, we're going to breathe in here. And we're going to exhale. With Ujjayi breath or not, exhaling down. Navel towards the spine. Breathing, coming up, sharper on this breath. And exhaling slower down. Always slower on the exhale part. Okay. If you finish the motion before the exhale, just carry on with the exhale. And then start again. Make sure we elongate that exhale part. And then we're going to breathe in, hands on here, sharper in breath. Then exhale down the outsides of the legs. Breathing, come up sharper. Shoulders down. Again, breathe in, hands on the back. Exhale down. If you get there before, just carry on with the exhale, elongating, then breathing, come up. Bit sharper there. Purposely do that. Make it short of the in-breath. And exhale down, nice and slow. Lovely. And again, if you're going to bring in them Iyengar alignment principles, again, soften the knees. Take a little bit away from the lumbar region of the back. If you even have to put your hands on here to support the lumbar region of the back, depending, what problems you got there. Navel towards the spine, collapsing inwards, dying off, thinking tiny waist. Lovely. That was 2 hands climb the back to strengthen the kidneys. And again, that was number 6. Next is number 7, which is punching with an angry gaze to increase strength. Bit of a mouthful. Bang. That was number 6. Bang.